Okay, so just a video explaining in practical terms what happens either side of a low loss header when we have varying flow rates. So you can see here when the flow rate on the primary side is equal to the flow rate on the distribution side, there's no mixing within the hydraulic separator. Temperature 1 here coming into the header equals temperature 2 leaving the header, and temperature 4 coming back from the secondary circuit would equal temperature 3 going back to the boiler circuit. Now if we have a greater flow rate on the primary side, we will get this upwards mixing here and it will cool the secondary flow temperature. This means the mean temperature of this circuit will be reduced, the returns are the same. So if you don't want that lower mean temperature on the secondary side, you're going to have to raise this primary flow and return temperature to achieve the correct output to your emitters on the secondary side. So increasing the flow rate on the secondary side, it cools the secondary flow temperature, does not cool the return going back to the boiler. Now if we have a greater flow rate on the primary side, you get this downwards mixing here, where the warm water entering the header is mixing with the cooler water returning from the distribution circuit, and we'll get a warmed boiler return. So we'll get a narrower DT on this side, and the boiler, if it's a modulating boiler, will modulate, or it will just cycle because the heat is not being taken away from the header, not as much heat. So the boiler won't be able to output as much, you won't get as much energy coming out to the circuit. It's more likely that the boiler would cycle. Okay, so any questions, just ask them. Thanks for listening.